Hey, folks. Well, here we are again. Old Kiser spinning shit his own narrative once more. And, well, we got to take the time to pull out the stops and show him where he's full of it. Because, as usual, when it comes to Kiser, I smell bullshit. Hello, everybody. Well, like I said, Kaiser's back to his old bullshit again. He come up with a new video where he claims that he's debunked everything about Chris. So we're gonna pull it up here and take a look and go over it because, as usual, it's the narrative's spun his way, the way he thinks it's supposed to be.
Well, the judge did put him in a timeout. To her head and wouldn't let her call the police till 5:30 the next morning. Well, the judge did put him in a timeout. But
now let's just stop and think about that statement first. How many judges have you ever said, oh, time out, go sit in the corner for an hour and think about what you've done, especially in 1998. Hell, parents didn't put their kids in timeout in 1998. So I don't know where in the world he come up with this bullshit, but uh, he he's so dumb. It just never ends. But let's keep going.
Then he let him go a few hours later. Enjoy.
He was on page 12.
He was just with her.
Okay.
Yeah. I just wanted to do them both together, so I got them both at the same time.
Okay.
Michael O'Daniel.
All right. This lady over in the corner here beside, he's going to bring this up a little later on, but pay attention to her as she's walking around here, doing paperwork, discussing different things. This Kaiser's going to try to convince you about something about her a little bit later on. So keep your eye on her while while we're playing this.
Michael O'Daniel. I was just interested in pre-trialing them together because Michael O'Daniel. Okay. I guess we need bench warrant. He served on the March 26th for Jackson County Sheriff. Summons. Christopher Ryder.
How much of a bond do you want?
Okay. They'll interview him and then they change it.
And there she walks up and hands the judge some papers
Christopher Ryder.
and walks away.
And you live 35 Chester Lane, Brandenburg. And date of birth October the 2nd of 77. Charged of assault in the 4th degree. How do you wish to plead on the charges?
And now she's sitting down over here.
Guilty today.
Are you English or retarded?
Why would you plead guilty if you're innocent? I mean, you're pleading guilty on like literally day one, or you're wanting to. You hadn't even begun the fight yet. So why would, if you're innocent, would you do this?
I really don't know.
Well, I'm not guilty to the charges that you see there. I'm guilty to part of.
Now, right there, Chris says, I'm not guilty for the charges you see there, but I am guilty for part of it. So he admits that he's partially guilty, but he's not guilty for everything that they're saying there.
That's what you see, but it's
Judge, they have a domestic violence hearing next Wednesday.
on the 14th. I've signed that.
Now, the clerk is sitting down there talking to the judge, telling him, he has another court date coming up on the 14th. And this woman, she's over here just sitting at the table, working on different paperwork, not paying any attention to what's going on with Chris and the judge.
I'll also print it, PO out. I'll also print it, PO out. I'll also print it, PO out.
That sounds weird, Chrissy, because I could have swore you said you were not able to bail out, that you came to that jail you went from the jail to the court in an orange jumpsuit because you'd been locked up the whole time.
All right, here we go again, beating a dead horse. Chris has already said more than once that when he said that he was going to be in an orange jumpsuit, that he assumed that that's what it was going to be because he had not seen the video. But like usual, give a dog a bone and he's going to chew on it all the time. And that's the same way Kiser, give him a bone and he just won't let go of it. He's got to continue to spread everything his way. Yeah. It's always got to be what he thinks, what he said. Never any credit at all to anything. Everything Chris says is a lie. But, Mr. Honest over here who climbs in people's windows and steals PlayStations, and he's the guy we can believe. I did 2 tours in Afghanistan.
but you were able to make bail? How does that work?
Okay.
You see that note?
And I wanted to also say you had given me I can't. You said that I could go home and get my stuff with the sheriff. The sheriff took me over there. She's changed the locks. I don't have any clothes. I mean, I've just been trying to live it as it goes, and it's really rough right now without being able to go to my house.
I understand. And I don't know what happened, but according to her, you held a gun to her head in the argument.
That's false.
Well, Christian, now you're saying it's false, but here's the thing. This is the report of what happened. So if this didn't happen, why are you pleading guilty to it?
So I can see why.
Let's back that back up just a second here to this report. You know, that you continually go yelling and screaming about that he put a gun to her head in front of a 4-year-old kid. Well, damn. The harder I read this, unless my glasses just ain't working, I don't see nothing about no 4-year-old kid. Argument led to physical interaction. Victim stated perpetrator got violent, hit her several times in the head, some bruising on the left ear. Also proposed to a pistol put to her head, threatened to kill her, and then to kill himself. Victim stated she couldn't get away until today to report the incident. I don't see nothing about no 4-year-old kid in there, but you want to continue to throw that up. You know, you always talking about how people are kid abusers and bringing kids into everything, but I don't see a single thing on there about a kid whatsoever. But here, I'll tell you what I do see. Let's pull this up. Miss Kimmy. No, we haven't at Stone Vet. Loves touching his daughter. Now, you and her are the only ones that are bringing kids in and talking about kids. You know, there's nothing lower down than that. You know, leave kids out of it. Making accusations about kids is lower than whale shit. You're just common as hell. Both of you. But let's keep going.
Report of what happened. So if this didn't happen, why are you pleading guilty to it?
So I can see why she changed the locks.
It's a false. That's false.
Okay.
It's false. I wish I had time to explain to you exactly how it goes.
We'll just enter not guilty plea. I'll set it for pretrial conference for 1:00 next week, the 14th. That's the same thing. We got a domestic violence hearing anyway.
Exactly. Unheard
Okay.
from me.
And you're on bond. No contact communication with her. Stay 500 feet away from her. No alcohol. No public offense.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to also add no weapons. Okay.
No, I don't have any weapons.
What'd you do with the gun that you put to her head? Or was that her gun you put to her head?
Sir.
Again, there you go, spinning your own narrative. Yeah. What gun? Where was the gun? And if they believed that there's a gun, then why in the world would they have only charged him with 4th degree assault? Let's take a look here just a minute. Let me stop this and bring up another video here. another screen. From the DUI guy. Now, here we go. We got the cash bond of $1,000 set on 4/5. You know, all that happened on the 3rd. She reported on the 4th. They arrested him, bonded out on the 5th. And let's go forward here just a little
Passed
bit.
away a while back. So I don't want to disrespect a person.
All right. Assault, 4th degree, minor injury, no medical attention. Charged on 4/4. Guilty on 4/14 is when he pled guilty. Not as you were trying to say that he just sat there and pled guilty on 4/7. He didn't. He sat there and just told the judge that I didn't do all that stuff that was on there. I did a little bit of it, but I ain't guilty of all of it. On 4/14, that's when he pled guilty. And he gets 6 months in jail, 5 months, 29 days. Got credit for that one day where he bonded out that one time. And it was suspended. Now, if he had a gun and held a gun to her head, would they have charged him with 4th degree minor assault and then suspended it if he's running around with the gun pointed at anybody? I mean, use some common sense. Well, hell, in order to use common sense, you got to have common sense. You obviously do not. But anyway, let's go back to where we was. So we can go ahead and hear the rest of your bullshit.
Is there any way that someone could try to attempt to go to my house with me again so I can get some clothes anyway? Phone numbers, things like that. I don't have anything because, I mean, that's my house. You know?
Well, usually when we have a domestic violence and when the police remove them and say don't go back and they're chomping at the bit to go back, I really want to put them in the jail until the meantime because you don't have an absolute right to go back.
No.
Perhaps Your Honor should have gone with that method of getting his point across.
Yeah. I just feel like, since
I understand that, but between the bond and now and the domestic violence, you've been told no about 4 times.
No means no.
No.
Now, is there any part of no we don't understand, or I need to let you have a seat over here?
I've been
You're really making me nervous that you're going to walk out of the courtroom and go back anyway.
No,
because
sir, I won't.
because you want to stand on your rights.
No, sir, I won't. And I was allowed to go back. It was that she had.
Now, the judge just gets through saying that normally he locks people up. He doesn't let them get out. Yeah. Because he doesn't believe that they won't go back. So, most of the time he believes it's better for them to be locked up. But he's giving Chris a chance and didn't lock him back up beforehand.
Changed the locks, and at that time I couldn't get my stuff.
I don't remember allowing you to go back. I thought we told someone to go for you. If you went back, you need to have a seat. Have a seat over here. We need $2,500 cash bond, no contact.
Have a seat over here, $2,500 cash bond. Now, I don't know how many times that Timeout got a $2,500 cash bond. But according to Genius, he says that it's Timeout. But it's absolutely jail.
Have a seat. Because I don't think I told you could go back. I told you to send somebody to get the clothes. You went to the door. You have a seat. We said no several times. Have a seat.
Now, the judge sent him to have a timeout. All right. Now, Chris has lied to you and tried to make you think that he never got out. Well, later on in the day, we're going to show you that he did. And what we're also going to show you in between is another thing Chris stated, and if you'd like proof of that, you can see it on the Dummy Kruger video, is that he showed up to that court in an orange jumpsuit and shackles, but then it was a metaphor that they changed him out of the orange jumpsuit and shackles because they anticipated his being released. And that's why he didn't go to court in orange jumpsuits like anybody else. Well, let's look at some people who were also in custody that day. I've left the sound down in order to protect this couple's identity. And yes, they are a couple who showed up to go to a bar, apparently in Meade County, and they got into some trouble and they were arrested. But as you can see, they are in orange jumpsuits and shackles, and they were going to be released too. So we'll move on. I just thought that was a good thing to point out.
About ready to go home too. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay. Now, first of all, how the hell does he know whether they're going to be released or not? And secondly, for somebody that's in shackles, this lady sure is moving that hand around an awful lot. You know, is that some of those virtual shackles that Chili come up with? And the gentleman here, his hand swinging free. It must be some of them virtual shackles. Look, they're so good they reach from one side all the way across to the other. And leg irons, I guess those must be virtual also.
Yes, those were orange jumpsuits. Those were shackles.
Those were orange jumpsuits, yes, but those were not shackles. So once again, dipshit spins and shit to suit his narrative, to everybody to believe what he's got to say is the right way.
They were wearing, and they anticipated going home today as well. Interesting.
How he know this?
Also wanted to show y'all this one as well. And if y'all will notice on the timestamp that this is in between Chrissy getting put in timeout, and this is in between Chrissy being released again. Now, here's my thing. If he was literally and legitimately locked up as he claims, then why wasn't he in an orange jumpsuit and shackles?
Well, why are they not in shackles?
I got one set Monday, May 24th.
All right, what you're about to witness is the public defender that he initially had in this case. And she's going to come speak to the judge on Chrissy's behalf. And she's going to say something that you will probably instantly recognize she's talking about.
And once again, more of spinning his own narrative. I smell more bullshit, claiming that she's his public defender. As you've seen, she's been walking around the courtroom the whole time. If she was his public defender, why would she not been standing up there beside of him the whole time he was talking to the judge? Instead, she's sitting over the table doing paperwork. You know, I actually believe that she's like the court reporter or a clerk, bringing the judge different paperwork, And
About Chris.
He got dismissed last week.
Judge, I'm Mr. Reader who went back to the jail on $2,500.
now, what did she say right there? Let's back that up a minute. Listen to it real careful.
He got dismissed last week.
Judge, I'm Mr. Reader who went back to the jail on $2,500 cash bond.
Mr. Reader went back to jail, $2,500 cash bond. Now, we just heard the judge say $2,500 cash bond. And now she's bringing the paperwork over to the judge. $2,500 cash bond for him to sign the paperwork to put him back in jail. Like I said, she's not a public defender. She works for the judge. She's a clerk of some kind.
Mike, I just blanked out on Mike's last name, with the sheriff's department, did go out with him.
I thought somebody else was supposed to come.
You just take it first right there and get in her file.
He's not real smart.
I think we would all agree with that.
And I think he's nervous.
Now she said Mike, the cop, went out with him.
You need these back?
I did not go back and visit him yet, but I did confirm that the sheriff's department did go out, doors were locked, they left.
He just real quick.
How about, do you want, I'll go talk to him and find out if he needs a court-appointed lawyer, but you might want to talk to him at the end of the day.
Would he qualify for court-appointed lawyer?
All right. Now, this is how it arrived from Meade County. Now, I don't know if it was an issue, whether they turned it off while they went to lunch and they were just getting it back up, but it jumps from 11:40 to 1 something. And the judge is giving Chrissy his instructions as he's leaving. Now, I want you to listen real closely when he responds to the judge, because you will recognize that's Chris's voice.
But don't go back down there. Let Mr. Scott help you take care of that or whatever. Don't.
Yes, sir.
He has signed it, he's initialed it on this date.
All right.
You're done.
Now, allegedly, according to Dipshit, he's saying that that's when the judge let him go. Well, if he let him go, then how come they left and that he's saying Mr. Scott there is his public defender? Why would that woman still be up there talking if she was his public defender? But now Mr. Scott is. So when they leave, though, they don't leave out that front door. They leave out that side door that goes straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And she's done already said that when she walked back up to the judge, that he's going back to jail, $2,500 bond. The judge signed the paperwork, and that's where he went. So, you know, all this shit that dumbass keeps trying to bring up, it's all smoke and mirrors, is all it all boils down to. I mean, truthfully, it doesn't really matter about the whole damn joint bullshit and whether he went to jail in 1998 or he didn't go to jail in 1998. None of that has anything to do with what's going on today. What's going on today was a tyrannical cop that took his power and used it to his needs. And now all Kiser and JJ and all the rest of them are doing is trying to focus on all of this other stuff to take the focus off of where the real crime was at. And the real crime was Chief Deputy Whited when he arrested them to start with. Now, we're going to go take a look at that video.
It's a very old file. So what we're looking at there, one of the things is going to be this case summary. What does your case summary show? Or do you even have one?
Now, I want you to pay attention to this lady's demeanor. She is going through the files with Chris. She even smiles a couple of times when they kind of crack a joke or something. You know, everything is going fine. And you can see right on the screen the reflection of his gimbal and his camera sitting there recording her. And he's wearing a GoPro. So there's absolutely no problem whatsoever with her and Chris right now. They make this bigger. All right. I don't want y'all to miss any of it.
Hey, everybody. Yes, Odin. I'm learning how to work it actually. I got a lot better than my first attempt. I need to get going. So, I didn't realize there was someone else behind me. So sorry.
I just need to pay a fine.
What's your name?
Now, actually, what you're hearing is Tiffany in the background. She's doing her live feed and she's talking, and she turns around and sees another guy come in. Now, she is so polite and does the right thing that she walks out of the room and goes out into the hallway to avoid possibly catching any of this other gentleman's personal information on her live feed. So, this is the people that come in here to cause trouble and create a problem. She's being so polite and proper that she goes out into the hall to avoid anything to do with catching his information unintentionally.
I have one that's due next year in February, but I have one that's due tomorrow.
Why don't you
Sorry, it's
stand
been-
outside while he's talking?
This right here.
We're going to take her camera out so that she doesn't get your private information.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay, this right here. Is what I
There it
have.
is. Okay.
Mhm.
So does yours showing that bond was paid the day of the arrest? Oh,
Bail posted cash 1,000 for 599.
okay. And that's so in comparison to mine, it's the same, right? Now
Yeah,
in your
so
top
it
right
said
corner.
February 2024.
Generated 11/5/2010.
So this paper
No, I have
here
another one I had to pay. The
in
one
a record.
It says
that
that
was-
I pay like $203.
I'm sorry,
I have
he's
a,
louder than me.
I have
Give
a
me 1
picture
second.
of the
Let's
ticket
wait for
and
him.
everything. If you need to see that.
In a case that is from 1999, this record has been in your drawer since 1999.
Mhm.
Why would this get added? This case summary, where's the original one?
Well, we usually don't print out a case history unless it's like requested.
Okay,
Why have
so maybe it was
I
requested
think it's
and then.
when
It
this
says the one with the court date
KSP had
on the
sent
4th
in
of
a
October.
fax.
Is there anything
So we just sent
that's
them a
recent
history.
in your file? Like
And it said I
been,
had to,
not 2010,
It was
but-
due earlier.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to wait for him to get done.
I apologize.
No, you're
Man, I tell you, I don't know what to do about all this disorderly conduct going on. He's talking to her, and he asked her a question. She answered. It gave him an explanation. He accepted that explanation, and they move right on, continuing on. But according to Chief Deputy Fathead does his disorderly conduct.
You're fine. I want you to go ahead, bud.
So it was due 2 weeks. It was actually due 2 weeks ago,
This
but I
is
sent in a
probably
check,
the-
and the lady
Just
actually sent the check
let's
back
let
with a
him
statement and
finish real
said
quick.
she extended the date to the 18th.
Okay, that would have been me probably. I think it looks like they spelled it.
They spelled it H.
It looks like, yeah. Let me.
Oh, they did. They had my ID when he pulled me over.
That's part of the problem here is they're not identifying people and spelling names properly or getting addresses that are right.
Really? Yeah, because he got my address wrong.
You
too.
can't have that stuff wrong. These cops are going to have to start getting it right. We got to work on that.
I absolutely agree.
I mean, I'm sitting here looking at potentially a fraud case against me where I might be going to jail because the police don't know how to write the forms properly. They got an address that didn't exist. They've got a misspelling of my name. You know, I mean, I could go on and on. And there was no, like, they're not saying what happened in the records.
They're not
So-
writing down like in your ticket or anything or nothing.
It's not right. Yeah, it's not right.
That's a big deal.
It's huge. And you could face it too if they're misspelling your name.
I hope not. I mean, I can't afford nothing else.
Neither could I.
But
The
afford
most
this, like I said.
recent thing that we.
Now, apparently, even the other guy is having problems with his name being misspelled. So that shows the competence of the clerks and the cops here in this county.
It was just a request from the Hardin County Attorney.
Okay, so the Hardin County Attorney made a request for this file. Am I right?
Mhm.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay. My biggest question is this. What do we have in there? Like, let's go through it. Here's the truth. I didn't bond out of this jail. I did not bond out. I served from the time that I was arrested until the time the final hearing happened, and the court OR'd me.
Okay.
I didn't pay a bond. So how in the hell can there be anything in this file saying that a bond was paid? It wasn't. We got to figure it out.
I don't know.
I know,
We
isn't it
just-
crazy?
We just are, keeper of the court record.
I get it. And I'll go over to the jail and find out what's going on over there as well.
This is the bond that was posted in this case.
Okay. Now, of course, I'm going to need a copy of all of this.
Okay, it's 25 cents a page.
I don't care. That's not my name, by the way.
Sorry, it took me a moment.
This,
No, it's
that's
okay.
not my name.
Okay, was that for tomorrow? Okay. Well, usually.
I get it, but I'm just
they send it
saying
out. I mean, I wouldn't write cursive.
Here's
but
220.
Okay.
somebody else filled that part out and this.
Thank you, ma'am.
And this is all the same writing here to here.
The
that-
only thing that we wouldn't do is like obviously work.
Yeah, signature. I
But
get it.
everything else we would. That's why we got the signature.
All right. But don't you think it's really odd that if a person did not get out of jail, if they paid a bond, they would get out of jail?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
that's what you're saying, but I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm saying
I
that's.
was in here in 99, so I don't know it.
So this is dated 4/7/1999. The original case was on 4/3 of 1999. It said that the bond was paid on 4/4. So none of those dates, all these dates are a little off. So I guess if,
That would have been like a next court date right here.
oh, this is the next court date.
Through
So where's the date on this bond?
the filed by, and then this would be the date.
Oh, that date, 4/5. Okay, so that is what I thought. So I thought they were saying that on 4/5/99 that a bond was paid, when in fact it was not. If it was, they didn't let me out because I didn't get out until, like I said, the final hearing. And I have asked for the recording of the courtroom. I know it's on VHS. I know you all were looking for it. I appreciate that.
Okay.
But in the response to the email from Ellen,
Mhm.
if she's here, I'll talk directly to her. She said that she wanted the opportunity to watch that VHS before she sends it to Frankfurt to get it archived, okay, digitalized, so that they can send it back to me. I'm here now. I want to watch it too. So if she's here, I would like to put in under my Kentucky statute to open records. I would like to view that footage with her.
Well, she's not here. She left.
Okay, can someone pull it up and get the VHS out while I'm here?
I don't think we even have a VCR here.
Well, how is she going to watch it then? She sent me an email saying she's going to watch
I
it.
don't know what her response was to your
She's
email.
the clerk,
Uh-huh.
so she's the
What?
one
But
knowing all that
but if a
stuff.
clerk either has a VHS player or doesn't have a VHS player is the
I mean, I
question.
don't,
Right, but I mean,
don't
she would-
know. She's
She
the one
can't
who
bring it
was-
home and watch it. That would be illegal. You know what I mean? So it has to be done here. So I want to watch it too. And I can only do that today. So I was going to ask you guys, beg of you guys to let me go ahead and watch it while I'm here.
We don't even have the room for you to watch.
Yeah, or a VCR, it sounds like.
I don't-
So I guess what I would prefer, instead of her watching it, which I don't think she has any business watching it, I think she just needs to send it straight to Frankfurt right now and get it done. Because it should have been archived years and years ago. You all are not supposed to have these records still in this office. It is supposed to be at Frankfurt already years ago by statute. So, and I'm not getting on you. I'm not saying you intentionally did anything
I
wrong.
don't know. I guess you would have to take it up with Ellen because I mean she's.
Now, I would say the reason.
I will. Yeah, and I'm not mad about it. I just am saying, this would be a lot more if the process was being followed properly. Then maybe I would have already had my records before court tomorrow. You know what I mean? So now we're having to ask the judge to give us yet another court date.
Yeah, Ellen is on her way to speak with you.
Oh, thank you.
So if you just want to wait a little while, until she can get here. Yeah.
What?
She'll come
Excuse
in.
me?
She'll come in and talk to you.
What did you just tell her that for? She's being very helpful. You don't tell people to leave. Don't leave. You've been great. What's wrong with you? Who is that? What's her name?
I don't have to get her.
That woman just told her to stop helping me.
Wait for our.
Now, here we go with a big-headed public official. You know, one of these ones that think that they're above everybody else and that they're looked down on all the citizens. Anybody coming in there doing anything, wanting a record, you're a criminal, so you're low class. Now, she walked up and said that the lady in the pink walked up and said Ellen was on her way. Now, if this other lady wanted her to stop until Ellen got there, then she could have worded it a whole lot different. She could have explained it and said, we just need to stop going over everything right now until Ellen gets here and let her go over it. And if y'all want to sit down and wait until Ellen gets here, there's a seat over there, or you could wait out in the hall or anything. She could have been professional and polite, but instead she says, you just need to walk away and completely stop. And then she ignores him when he starts asking her for her name because she's too high and mighty to give her name out. He don't have a right to her name.
Our clerk ticket.
Yeah, but why did you tell her that?
She needs to walk away. And let
No,
her
she
go.
does not need to walk away. Who are you? Who are you?
Are you?
Who? Yes, it is my business. What? Who are you?
Oh,
I pay your
It's none of your
salary. It is my
business, she
business. Who are
says.
you?
I mean, seriously.
Who are you? Identify, ma'am.
She must want to be a Becky or a Karen. Guys, you want to name her Becky or Karen?
Why would that woman? Can I get a copy of those, please? I'll pay for it.
And there she went out the back door. I'll guarantee you that's when she went and called the cops.
Yeah, and don't let them get out of everybody's sight. I want to be able to watch after that.
Sorry, I was trying to stay out, and then I realized
Don't trust your government.
that this
No.
is why you record everything.
Keep an eye on. She's going to the copy machine.
Not only was she rude to him and making a bad situation with him, but she put that other little girl in a bad spot too, because she was doing her job. She was going over everything. And then she puts her in the middle, where she forces her to be rude and walk away. And you could tell by her expression that she really, didn't appreciate being put like that.
Make sure nothing happens. None of them
All
files.
right.
Sorry, I ain't got a
Definitely
problem with it. I mean,
They're trying to falsify evidence against me in another case.
I
All
believe
right.
it.
Everybody says she's a Karen, so we're gonna go with Karen.
Well, I don't want to make this a marker, guys. Like this needs to be as utmost professional as possible, and that's what that woman.
If we don't
Just
have
destroyed.
a name to call
Will
her
you
by,
please tell me who that woman was, ma'am?
Now, here again, disorderly conduct. Chris just stated that wants to make everything as professional as possible. And he says, can you please tell me who that woman was, ma'am? You know, he was raised by someone who taught him his manners.
Well, I mean, but you do identify to the public when they ask, right? In this office.
you're supposed
As a
to.
clerk's
Any
employee?
government employee is supposed to share.
Are you Ellen?
I don't have my badge with, no.
No. Do you all identify who you are when you're talking to the public?
I do know.
Oh, that's a no for that one.
Oh,
Here, let me have that spot back.
all right.
And people wonder why we would do the recordings. She was great. She was being great. Like, and I mean, she didn't have any answers for me. I didn't have high expectations. I wasn't expecting nothing out of the line. She was doing great. And then that woman walks up and says, you need to walk away from him. Don't help him anymore.
Oh, look, we got company.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
Excuse me. Doing very well, thank you.
You got your way there.
How y'all doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I've been better. I've been treated better too.
What can we help you with?
Well, it was at the clerk's office that needs to help me with this stuff. I think they're the ones that called you because some woman just came up and told my clerk to not help me anymore with my record.
Now pay attention to Chief Fathead's demeanor as he's standing here, tapping on the counter, got that scarl look on his face, shaking his head. You know. Now, when he walked in, Chris said, hello, how you doing? And I guess that's more disorderly conduct.
The business I'm here for. That's what just happened. So I told her I want to know who she is.
We would like to know who she is so we can follow on the complaint.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So the reason why they don't want to help you is because y'all got cameras all over everybody.
Well, that's something. Hey, look, man.
The reason that they don't want to help you is because you got cameras all over you. And look at that expression on his fat head.
And there's one right there. See it?
We record all of our business.
And I can, and that's public.
And that's how we do that. It's by recording everything.
Okay.
So,
Sir, I got court.
Thank you.
what are y'all doing with him?
Excuse me.
They're making copies of our documents.
There's no order from a judge saying I can't record.
Now, right there, the clerk, the one that told the other one to stop, tells him that there's an order from a judge for no recording. He said when he walked in that the problem they may have with y'all is all those cameras. She says that there's a judge order for no recording. But they claim that recording had nothing to do with this.
We're allowed to record our
Sir, what's your
business that
name?
we're
I'm sorry.
conducting.
I'm
Chief
Chris.
Deputy Whiting.
Nice to meet you, sir. Nice.
Now, here again, Mr. Disorderly Conduct over here reaches his hand out, introduces himself, shakes hands with him, trying to keep everything peaceful. But he's a troublemaker, according to Kiser.
But if you start making them feel uncomfortable and stuff, I can tell you to leave.
Well, hold on, sir.
And
Wait a minute,
if you
before-
refuse to leave, I'll arrest you for disorderly conduct.
You already threatened me with arrest?
Oh, no, I'm not threatening you. Trust me.
Well, why did you just say
It's
that?
not a threat. I don't
Right there, too, Mr. Cocky says, oh no, I don't make threats. Yeah. I don't make threats. Yeah. Automatically, he's showing who he is. I'm Chief Deputy Fathead, and I don't make threats.
I'll make threats.
Let me go. What is that?
You get your copies, and then.
No, I don't have. No, I need more than copies. I'm waiting on Ellen. Let them tell you the truth.
Get your copies, and y'all can go.
I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, right there, he tells them they'll give you your copies, and then y'all can go. But the girl already said that Ellen was on her way there to see him. Now, did they tell Fathead that? No. They didn't mention anything about that. They done already said that she was on her way there to talk to him. So that's what he's waiting for. And he's got every right to wait for it. He's already been in communication over the week with her through emails. And they're talking about the video, and he would like to see the video. So he has every reason to be there. But because Fathead says, you got to go, you got to go.
Where?
Oh, yes, y'all.
Oh, no, I won't.
One way or another.
I will not. I'm not leaving until I get my record.
Conducting our business, sir.
Get your copies.
Who are you
whatever
again?
You want. I'm Chief Deputy Whitey with the
Chief
Sheriff's Office.
Deputy. And you don't
Yes.
know to treat the public
Trust me,
better
I
than
do know.
this? What are you doing this for? This is my record. I got court tomorrow.
Get your copies.
You won't. I will.
You get your copies.
See that look of disgust? Back up just a second here.
Copies. If you knew what was going
You're
on,
not going to keep these ladies up.
I'm
here.
not
You
keeping
know
them
what
up here
I'm saying?
doing nothing except for their job.
You,
A camera
you don't
should-
know. You know
I
their
do know
job?
their job. Yes, this is what I'm
What is
sent
their
for from
job?
Frankfurt
What is the job of the circuit court clerk?
to go over these records with me
Oh, it
to
is.
explain them.
To explain them to
She
you?
handles
Yes,
the
yes.
records. She handles
Show me
documents. She
that.
makes copies. She
Look
does
up.
files.
She'll
Show
take
me
you.
Show me that in writing. Now, how the many damn people carry around the rules and job description of the county clerk in their back pocket?
Open records access for him,
Show me that.
or just tell him the statute. You look it up.
Show me that.
You look it up.
No, you
Kentucky
show me.
statute to open
I
records.
didn't
Tell them the number.
Show me. You know her job
Open records.
better
I do
than I
believe
do.
it's
Show me.
KRS
I know this is the clerk's
96
office, and
something.
these are clerk's records, and
And
this has
So
questionable.
what is
Let me
her
talk.
job?
This has questionable stuff.
What is her job?
To
You
tell me
still
what
haven't
this
answered
is
my
about.
question. You all want answers from everybody else, but you don't want to give answers.
He's answered every one of your questions. See, there he goes again, twisting the narrative around. Yeah. Y'all want answers from everybody else, but you don't want to give answers. He's answered every question that Fathead is asking. And little Miss Knots back here, standing there hiding behind him. And, she's scared to death. Don't know whether to shit or go blind.
What are you talking
What is
about?
the
How
job
is
of
it
circuit
our
court
job
clerk?
to tell
What are you
you
talking
what
about?
their job is?
You said.
Did you
You
come in
want
here
her
to
to do her
escalate the
job.
situation?
Oh, I'm not escalating.
The hell you aren't. You know what you ought to do?
not.
You ought to go and get dismissed. Just get on out of
You
here.
need to go away.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, let's just go
Oh.
to jail then. For this
You-
For what?
Yeah, right there. That's where it finally done it. That was where Chris made the mistake. When he told Fathead to get dismissed. Because you're sure not going to tell Chief Deputy Whitehead what to do. Because he is the man. So, right there, we're just going to go to jail for disorderly conduct. But he has not been disorderly in any fashion.
It's midnight. Hold up.
Get your hands off of him.
That's my record.
Get your hands off of him.
Why are you shaking so bad, bro?
Back up.
Now, he set his gimbal down, handed Tiff his papers, and put his hands behind his back. But he also got charged for resisting arrest. Now, I don't know about y'all, but that's the friendliest resisting arrest I've ever seen.
Don't you touch me. If you touch me, you're going to be in a pickle. Do not touch me. I wouldn't laugh. Don't touch me.
Hey,
You just messed
my
up.
stuff.
You
I
wanna go?
wanna go. I would not do that if I were you.
What are you gonna do?
Don't fucking get.
Oh, whoa. This is unnecessary.
You wanna get
Don't
tased?
put your
You wanna get tased? Put your hands behind your back. Get off of her.
Now, what was that flash? Show it again.
Don't touch me.
Hey,
You just messed
wanna
up.
go
my
too?
stuff.
You
I
wanna go?
wanna
Hey.
go. I would not do that if I were you.
What are you gonna do?
Don't fucking get.
Oh, whoa. This is unnecessary.
You wanna get
Don't
tased?
put your.
You wanna get tased? Put your hands.
Now, right here, as soon as I start this back, y'all watch right here at the end of this taser, you're going to see a flash of light.
Behind your back.
You saw that? So that's where he attempted to pull the trigger. Now, for some reason, it didn't go off, or he didn't. I don't know. I'm not an expert in tasers, but I know when he pulled that trigger, that light went off. So, he wasn't just. And the other thing, he's manhandling Tiffany all over this room. Now, y'all talk about calling Chris a woman beater when this son of a bitch is done nothing but abused her, twisting her arm around when there's a female officer right there who should have been the one to put her in cuffs, not him. But no, Miss Knotts is standing over there like a knot on a log. And we're going to see that flash again, too. Watch carefully.
Get off of her. Get up. My hands are behind my back. You nut job.
Get off of me.
Turn around,
Get my
put your hands
phone.
behind your back.
Get my
Or you're
fucking
gonna get
phone.
tased. Stop manhandling that woman.
Right
Help!
there.
Help!
We need some actual cops.
Help! Help!
Get your hands off of me.
I need my stuff.
Get your hands off of me. Pick those up.
You're being much more kind.
Pick those up.
You're an officer. You're not supposed to let him escalate like this. That's excessive force, and you know it.
What the fuck? That fucking hurts, son of a
Dude,
bitch.
stop hurting her. Those are my fucking court records on the floor.
That hurts. Ah! Get this off my wrist.
She has a broken back, by the way, too.
Get this off of my fucking
I'm
wrist.
not pressing against you. Just relax.
Dude, I'm telling you, this cuff
That dude's bad.
hurts. Get this off.
Let's go. You have nothing to arrest us on.
Let's go.
There was nothing to arrest us for.
Disorderly conduct. Let's go.
There is no disorderly conduct except for you.
You know his body cam's gonna show it. No good.
What's wrong with you, man?
Ain't nothing wrong with me.
The hell there ain't nothing wrong with you. You're fucking out of control.
You think?
I just needed those records for court. For court.
Well,
You ever go to
Quit
court?
shoving me.
You
tomorrow's
will be in court.
tomorrow's arraignment day, so you can tell it to the judge tomorrow.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Oh, sorry, next week.
We weren't being disorderly. You were.
Okay.
You were
This
being
cuff
disorderly.
hurts. You need to fix this cuff.
And the way you were handling her for what? What did she do to you? Huh? What was she doing to you for you to use excessive force like that?
Because I told him to not touch me.
He didn't want to be on camera. You know that whole thing was live, buddy?
I don't care about
Oh,
being on
you
no
will
camera.
care. You will care. You will care. We've gotten many cops fired for doing that kind of
All
stuff.
righty, well,
And you're next.
good luck.
Don't push me.
You ain't the first
Do
one
not
tried.
push me.
Shut your mouth.
Stop pushing me.
Sick of talking. Doing the harm and shot.
Hit me while on the ground. I ain't doing nothing.
Screen
Stop.
record this.
Put your
so they
hands
know
on
I
her.
did it.
Stop pushing us.
Sit down.
Fuck you. I ain't sitting nowhere.
Sit
Now, again, we have two female officers here. And yet he takes Tiffany into a different room. And you can hear her screaming in the room. So, what's he doing in there to her? Why is none of these females in there as a witness? Why are these females not handling her? and him handling Chris. But instead, he drags her down the hall by the arm the whole time she's screaming that it's hurting. But this is a fine, upstanding member of society. He's a high and mighty chief deputy. He's Chief Deputy Fathead, the woman abuser. He probably kicks his dog and smacks his wife when he gets home in the afternoon if his dinner ain't on the table in time.
I'm not sitting. I'm not doing anything wrong. You don't know that. Look at him. You were there.
When it escalates, when they ask you to do something, you just.
That's not how American rights work, ma'am. We weren't breaking any laws. But that's your job. It's to know the law.
I'm not saying, yeah, you're right. I'm not arguing.
My eyes are up here. Don't worry about the camera.
All right, let's fast
And what
forward.
you just did was violate them on purpose. And you put your hands on us. That's Fourth Amendment. And we have the right to do business in the clerk's office with cameras. As long as we don't go behind any non-publicly accessible areas, which we did not. We were in the lobby where the cameras are. I was recording it because I don't have time to wait for the response because I have to go to court tomorrow, and I was going to present the video as evidence that I was requesting records for my trial. So the judge might give me more time to wait for my responses, which is what I needed to get on recording so that I could show the judge. But you came in there and started manhandling us just because we wouldn't leave when you told us to leave for no reason whatsoever. You can't trespass someone who is doing business lawfully, which we were. That's the reason for those laws. What you just violated is the reason those laws exist. Are you following me, ma'am?
I hear you.
Do you all even know what you walked into when you come in that room?
I told you earlier, I'm not gonna argue this case with you. I'm not gonna talk
Well, it
about this
wasn't,
case.
there wasn't nothing, nobody was being threatened, nobody was being overly loud, nobody was doing anything wrong. Literally, the only thing we were doing is asking the woman's name, who was on the other side of the wall, because she walked away after telling the clerk to stop helping me for no reason. She said, stop and walk away from him right now. And I said, who are you? Why would you tell her to do that? And that's what you all came into.
Okay,
That's
and
it.
that's your side. I don't know the other side.
No, that's what happened. It's on
Okay,
video.
and it could be.
So how about this? You all watch the video? You want to watch the video so you can see?
We don't have access to those.
Yeah, you have access if I show you. My
Oh, you're talking about the
video.
ones, your videos. Oh,
Yes,
your
ma'am.
other
I'll show you the
videos.
video. You want to watch it?
You can't do it right now. You're in hand. We can't get you out of handcuffs right
I
now.
got you through it. You got my phone, don't you?
I have no idea where your phone ended up at.
Well, wouldn't that be better than making a mistake of an unlawful arrest?
I don't know if maybe.
If you all can see that the probable cause doesn't exist, wouldn't you rather do that than make an unlawful arrest?
I'm sure our chief deputy is not as scared of the arrest that he's making, or he wouldn't be making it.
No, your chief deputy don't know what he's doing though. Your chief deputy's a bad cop. He's what you call a bad apple. You can tell that by the way he went hands on like he did. And man, were you ever shaking, man? You are scary. I can't imagine what you'd be like with a gun. I've been working with cops for a long time, and every one of them would go, that guy is nothing but a danger, and he makes us all look bad. Wait till your videos come out. Oh, wait, never mind, it just went out. It's already out. Ready for your phones to start ringing? But they don't stop for a while. You should not have done that, sir. You had no reason to do that. And then to handle her the way you did, a female? I can't believe you didn't stop him, Miss Knott. I can't believe you didn't intervene. You should be ashamed of yourself for that. Bad cops are allowed to exist because good cops don't stop it. It's your duty. What makes you think people have to listen to you whenever you're not lawfully making command? You don't have permission to be in my pockets.
I don't need it. Search
Yeah,
incidents arrest.
we'll
I
go
know
back
how it
here a little
works.
bit and see what I'm looking
I know
for
how it
here.
works.
But I get to tell you that this is all under arrest because when I prove that you did not have a lawful reason
Well,
to detain
here's the
me,
thing. Y'all
That
won't
won't
get your
come off.
cameras back
that
until
won't come off.
after your court date's done.
Right there. You're not going to get your cameras back till after the court date. So now we have him admitting on camera that he's going to withhold evidence before the judge so that he can spin the narrative his way. But this is a good cop. So, like I said before, it doesn't matter about what went on in 1998. That's not the issue. The issue is that we watched a bad cop make a bad arrest, manhandle people, be a tyrant, say that he's going to withhold evidence. And as far as Kiser's concerned, you just keep spinning the narrative so that it fits smoking camera or smoking and fire and smoke to keep the distraction away from Chief Deputy Fathead. Yeah. So it just explains the whole thing. The whole thing you're trying to do is to take the focus off of him. It doesn't matter about a joint in 1999. It doesn't matter about a case in 1999. None of that has anything to do with what's going on today. But you're too dumb to realize that. Well, actually, you probably do realize it. You just want to try to make sure that it spins to fit the way you want it to be.
How tall are you, Private?
Sir, 5'9", sir!
5'9". I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You trying to squeeze an inch in on me somewhere, huh?
Sir, no, sir!
Bullshit. It looks to me like the best part of you ran down the crack of your mama's ass and ended up as a brown stain on the mattress. I think you've been cheated.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't think you even make 5'9". But that's okay. The truth's all going to come out in the end. And when it all does, we'll all see what happens. We'll see how corrupt the judges are in Meade County, if they're going to go along with this whole arrest being legitimate. And we've also seen false evidence already brought into play with that letter. I mean, good God, why in the hell would you come up with this letter that has a whole extra paragraph added on when you know damn well that the original letter was on video, that we all saw it? We all saw JJ wad it up and throw it in the ground. But no, you think that you're so smart, but you're not. You're a complete dumbass. And everything that comes out of your mouth is bullshit. So, anyway, like I said before, Mr. Kiser.
Where in the hell are you from anyway, Private?
Sir, Texas, sir!
Holy dog shit. Texas, only steers and queers come from Texas, Private Cowboy. And you don't much look like a steer to me, so that kind of narrows it down. Do you suck dicks?
Sir, no, sir!
Are you a Peter Pupper?
Sir, no, sir!
I bet you're the kind of guy that would fuck a person in the ass and not even have the goddamn common courtesy to give him a reach around. I'll be watching you.
That's right. And we're all watching you, Kiser. We're going to keep an eye on it. And we just cannot wait till the day they put the cuffs on you and take you away and stick you in some little hole somewhere and forget about your ass. And then all of your little dick necks will all sit back and cry because their leader is finally gone away. Well, that brings us to an end, folks. Take care of one another. Be good to one another. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode. Good night.